program. This is What's Your Story? My name is Catherine Mwangi. Thank you for making the time to tune in today. We so appreciate your time. Now, my guest today is a 23-year-old third-year student at Machakos University. Her name is Grace Minor. She reached out to me on Twitter. I asked her to email her story, and here we are. It's a story of triumphing over the tragedy that you find in families. And we know every family has a level of brokenness. They say blood is thicker than water. And really just what's her story. Please stay tuned, because this 23-year-old has just overcome hurdles and barriers and valleys, gone through hell and high water, and she's here to say what her turning point was. Karibu to the program.
Thank you.
Tuongee kwa Kiswahili juu una study Swahili na history.
Yes.
How is the selection of Swahili and history?
Okay.
How did you even choose that to study?
I love history.
Okay.
I also passed in it. Lakini Kiswahili na kienzi kabisa.
Hey, wakienzi.
Na kienzi sana. Sipendi kikivurugwa, sipendi kikibanangwa.
So a girl who grew up in Nyandarua speaks this perfect Swahili. Hata wewe si wa coast.
No. In fact, in campus, in my first year, they called me Grace Mcoast.
Because everyone imagined you're from there.
Yeah, so every time we formed groups, they were like, I want to be that group of Grace Mcoast. But I was not really a coast.
Yes.
Yeah, I've only visited there, but with no relation.
Nothing. But you speak such good Swahili and vocabulary.
Thank you.
So are you planning to use it somewhere in your future?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sure.
In a way.
It's a plan.
It's a plan.
Yeah.
So Grace, you wanted to share your story here.
Yeah,
Here
I've
you
always
are.
wanted to.
You've always wanted to. And she's an author of The Unspoken. But today she finally gets to speak.
It's not now the spoken. It will be the spoken today.
It will now be the spoken.
Sure.
So you grew up, with a father and a mother.
Yeah, sure.
Firstborn in a family of 3 siblings.
Yes.
Okay, so tell us that story.
I'm brought up in Nyandarua. That's where I'm born and brought up as the firstborn in a family of 3 girls.
Okay.
And with a mother and a father.
Okay.
We were first 2 girls from same father. Then relocated, things happened here and there. We went to another family.
Okay.
With
who?
Another father.
Okay.
Yes.
So your mom and your dad split?
Sure.
Okay.
And that's where my story began.
Ah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because now I was beginning to see how mom is struggling.
Okay.
And to the point of getting married again.
So
after
she was
divorce,
struggling
the
with your
first
dad?
divorce, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow. Okay, I wouldn't understand it then.
You were a child?
Yes. But as I grew up, I would see the consequences of, this is because. So we came to a second dad in my class 1. And yeah, we bonded. We now had our 3rd sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what then started happening at that point?
What happened is my mom lived with epilepsy since 2001.
Okay.
I was 3 years.
Yes.
So she struggled with that epilepsy like hell. If there's anyone who know about epilepsy and what it can do, it's me. Because I've struggled with mom all through. I remember the first incident, she was from hospital. So she came home, she was lying on her bed, and I went to see her. I had missed her for like 2 weeks. She was in the ward, something like so. I started talking to her. Mom, umekuja. You know that happiness and joy to see her after a long time.
Yes.
I'm still young.
Yeah.
But she could only look at me. She did. And I was like, why are you not talking? I didn't know. All of a sudden, I could see her eyes red. She wanted to cry because she wouldn't explain it.
She was unable to speak?
To speak.
Right.
So later on, I came to realize she had bitten. You see, epilepsy, when it's so intense, you bite your lip,
your tongue?
your tongue.
Yes.
Yeah. That is what had happened. And she was not able to talk. So she was like, I hugged her. So on there, now I started learning how to handle her.
This time you're how old?
I was in nursery.
Nursery.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so that's 4 or 5 years?
4 5 years.
Yes.
So now when I was 7, so they split before I joined class 1.
Got it.
I went, stayed with Shosho. So my second sister, my younger sister, went to live with her in Nairobi. So she could sell uji, she could do what, then send some money for me, staying with Shosho, so that I could get a new dress.
So why did your mom have to move to Nairobi?
Now they have split.
With your stepfather?
No,
With your father?
my father.
Uh-huh.
So they split.
Uh-huh.
Now she's not married.
Right.
She can't stay with Shosho. So she have to go to Nairobi to hustle
Yeah.
for her kids. She left with my second sister.
Got it.
So, because she was young, she was, I think, 1 year and some few months. So because I could walk, I could do things, I was now over to stay with Shosho. So she went there. She obviously had to get something to do so that she could maintain her upkeep and her kids.
Yes.
That's when she started selling uji. She stayed with her sister, with her aunties.
Okay.
And after 3 years, now she remarried.
Okay.
So now we shifted. It is the same county.
Okay.
So we shifted to another place. And she could tell me, now this is your new dad. I was like, yeah. So I grew up knowing he's my dad, but I still had that figure of a dad somewhere.
Yeah.
But it was fine in the first days. In the first days, it was a smooth one. We had a dad by our side. He was not as the first one. So life seemed so cool.
Yeah.
But it was only the beginning of something.
Okay.
So this time round, when she came to Ushago now, she started being sick like frequently.
Right.
She could fall like 6 times a day.
Wow.
6 times. So I now joined class 1. I'm now taking care of my sister. She's now joining pre-primary. I could prepare her, you know. I learned this home chores as early as that age. I learned that early. We had a grandfather in now the family.
Yeah.
And he was very cooperative and he loved her so much. So I could learn how to milk, you know.
At 6 years old?
Yeah, how to milk, how to feed the animals, all those chores, how to wash my clothes, wash my sister's clothes, clean the utensils, you know, keep the house tidy, all that.
Yeah.
And now this time round, this epilepsy, it was not going anywhere.
No.
It was now with us to stay. So she started being sick, being sick, being sick. So I think what Dad saw was, this is not what I wanted. You know, this is not what I expected. She's getting sick so much.
Yeah.
And now he thought of an idea of getting a job away. So he could go and come on a weekend, 2 days, and he leaves again. So whose burden is that? It's my burden.
Yes.
Because now she has a third child, our third born.
Yes.
So she stopped suckling at 6 months
Okay.
because she wouldn't even sleep on the same bed. She's attacked at night. There's a little kid. She would, you know, that the attack is so uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's how it came
So was
about.
she seeking medication for epilepsy?
Yeah,
during that
she
time?
used to. But you see, our condition wouldn't have given her a chance maybe to seek medication to advanced hospitals.
Yes.
So she would only get a few tablets to contain it. Many other times tumeanguka na yeye. Najaribu kumshikilia, but I'm still a child.
You're so tiny.
Yeah, I'm so tiny, 8 years, 7 years, siwezi muweza. Tunaanguka na yeye. At times sasa, I didn't know the techniques, but with the time I learned. So akisikia karibu nikale na kijiko kwa mfuko. Akienda kuanguka namweka kijiko so that asijiume. Times kuna siku hata aliniuma kidole. Aki mama yangu.
Yeah. So in this compound, it was your mom,
Yes.
the 3 of you, the
Yes.
3 girls,
Yes.
your grandfather,
Yes, but later he died.
okay, and your dad used to come in and out. 'cause
In
he
and
had
out.
a job
Sure,
outside
sure, sure, sure.
the home. Okay.
So it came to a point Dad would leave and he's not there. You know, it's not the father figure. It is what he is doing. I felt like he wouldn't, he did not really make up to us.
Yes.
Make up to his wife, you know,
Or
mom.
live up to his,
Yeah, sure.
you know,
I still felt the gap.
yes.
And that was the routine. She would fall, get sick 2 weeks, 3 weeks, but dad would come in, go, come, go.
Yeah.
But now, it was too much.
Yes.
At times, he doesn't pick the call, he doesn't come, akaanza kukaa hata miezi 5, miezi 6 haji, miezi 2, akija anakuja siku 2 anaenda. And that was it. So I started feeling the gap as early as that age.
Yes.
So when I did my class 8, before that we chose schools. I loved Shamata Girls. Shamata Girls, wherever you are, I loved that school.
Did you go to it?
So I was admitted there. I was the
okay.
first girl in the village. So
Okay.
when I did my class 8, I got 345. That was a good mark
Yes.
back then
Yes,
in a local
considering
school.
what you had time out
Sure,
of school.
sure.
Yeah.
So I had told dad, you know what, the school I'll be admitted, that's where you're taking me, because I'll really get good marks. And he told me it's okay. Sidhani kama aliona kama sitapata alama mzuri ama nini. So I got the 345. But what he said, it still pains me to date. Ungepata hata 350 usomeshwe na Equity. And I was like, hey, is this a dad talking? But what would I do? That was the life.
Yeah.
And we survived.
Yes.
So I did not go to school. Here I am, neighbors and friends and classmates who got 103, 202, you know, those people. They have gone to school, they're admitted, I'm still at home.
Because of school fees?
Yeah, sure. So it was not really for me to go to school that my dad sold a certain cow. It was for him to go to Sudan.
Kauza ng'ombe aende Sudan na alienda.
Alienda. He went.
Na wewe sasa hujaingia high school.
Ndio nimeingia sasa. It is a coincidence. So I'm going to school, he's going to Sudan.
Pesa yako ya high school ilitoka wapi?
Hiyo ng'ombe sasa
Ililete.
yenye aliuza ndio aende Sudan ikaleta fees because he wouldn't go and leave me.
Yeah.
So akaona itakaa
ya aibu sana.
So I was taken to a local school.
Yeah.
So now he's in Sudan and we are thinking now money will flow, you know.
From him to you.
Pounds will flow to school, you know, school fees, upkeep, wapi. So he would send some money, but to his sisters.
Okay.
And we would, tulikuwa tunapata tu information.
Okay.
Baadaye. Nilitumia fulani awape 2,000. Nilitumia fulani, and you're like,
and you didn't
how?
get. Yeah.
Ulitumia nani sasa?
Yeah.
That was the life.
Okay.
Akafika mahali hata nazima simu hatukumpati. Mom was stressed. Anagonjeka kabisa. But that was it. So nikafika mahali shule hajalipa.
Yeah.
Nikafukuzwa. Mama kajaribu kuongea na mwalimu. Hakuna fees sasa huwezi soma. Nikakaa nyumbani part of second term. But mama kaona no. Hata kaa nyumbani. So a certain secondary school which is a private iko karibu but still it had boarding.
Yeah.
Mama kaamua acha niende nijiongee aingie third term amalize huu mwaka. So mom went there, get state secondary. Akaongea na the director. Akamsikiza. I'm a sharp girl. I think that one was
easy for.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
I got there for the third term. I became position 3. Na vile nimemiss shule huku hapa.
Yeah.
I think mom paid 5,000. Sidhani hata aliwahi lipa to date.
Yeah.
Sidhani aliwahi lipa. So when dad came, now that is a whole year that I've been in Sudan. Now he's coming for December holidays. Sasa anakuja kuangalia marks za mtu halipiangi fees. So the information from neighbors and whoever was like, hey, bibi yako alipeleka mtoto high school ya Masonko. It was a private school.
Yeah.
So, hey, siku hizi hata, you know, stories. I remember dad came very angry with me that evening. And was like, mtaniambia mtatoa pesa wapi? Mnatoa pesa wapi ya kusomea?
Private.
Mimi nikimwangalia fikiria ile struggle ametupitishia, and now he's talking like this. I was like, hey, okay. Akaongea, fulani ameniambia umesomea Gettysted, nataka kuona hiyo resort, nataka umeseme mlitoa wapi pesa, kusijua. Akasema nimeingia kwa mashetani, stories, and I was so hurt. Nikamwambia, really? And it was like that. He listened to people, you know,
and not
people,
you guys, not his family.
Sure. So mom tried to console him. What are you talking about? Would you even ask us before asking those who you are asking? It became a grudge. So since then, he have never known anything about my face. So the following year I was supposed to join Form 2 now.
Yes.
He never
bothered with fees or anything. Okay.
So I found my own ways. There is this Mrs. Mogambi, the director and principal of Steph Joy Girls. I will send messages to this lady until she listens to me. Nikatuma message for a whole month. Finally, she saw the message.
What did you need from her?
I was telling her about my story. I want to go to school.
Okay.
There is nowhere, there is nothing, there is no hope.
Yes.
I don't know what to do. That was my knowledge then.
Yes.
So finally her secretary saw my message and they called me. They told me, oh, there is this guy who has sponsored some girls here. When they come back for clinic, academic clinic, I'll talk to him and connect you guys. That was the turning point. So I got a sponsorship by John Bugwa. Thank you so much. You made me who I am. Were it not for the education that he catered for me and the late Lillian Waidaka. We buried her just the other day. She kept me like her daughter, you know. John Bugwa, he used to hustle for us. Kids he has no blood connection with. And we used to school in big schools. So I went to Form 2 now. I was supposed to join Form 2, but I joined Form 1.
Okay.
Yeah. In Meru, Kieni Secondary. I found a very good principal, Mr. Kabe. Thank you so much. I schooled there for 4 years. And I got a grade that was not so good because of what happened in between. So in my Form 3, Mom died. Now that is when hell broke loose. I have never imagined there before that I would lose her. I had never imagined, nothing had crossed my mind that she would leave one day. To where? How in her age? And that one distorted my everything.
How old was she when she passed on?
36 years.
36?
Only. Yeah. However, I thank God for the 36 years. Maybe she would have left before because scenarios were so many that I saw. Now she's gone. But she was still there. And she died peacefully. There was nothing. She just slept and that was it.
So that was a distraction and your grades went down because you were mourning her?
For the first time I got a B-. The first time I got a C+. I dropped. I got a C- finally.
Okay.
So I repeated the following year.
Okay.
But now the situation was not so good. My sisters were now at Shosho's place in Nyeri. Nafunga naenda kwa auntie. Vituko, relatives who you knew, they were so good people. That was not the case. Kwa ground vitu zinakuwa different.
Sasa hiyo difference tutatuambia how life changed when mom passed on. Ukikunywanga ile apple juice ulitisha hapa Tamarind.
Thank you.
Don't go too far. After the break, we find out how life was for Grace and her sisters when her mom passed on, and also where the turning point happened to the point where she is in 3 universities actually. Machakos
University,
Uzuri Institute. Na suseme na nini?
New Vision School of Leadership is a college in Ohio, US.
And she's written a book. So how does one go from struggling for school fees, finding angels really to take care of school fees, and just her living through high school, mom passing on, and she's now educating herself, her sisters, has authored a book. I think you want to stick around to just listen to that after the break.
This family thing, let them deal with it as a family. So the sponsorship was cut, but we still relate.
Okay.
They still help where they can. And they would still have wanted to.
Yes.
But the family
Too much drama.
Yeah, sure. Too much drama. But God connects you with destiny connectors. Somewhere you think it's now my end because my sponsors are not there. He starts there now. He starts with you there.
Welcome from the break. It's What's Your Story? My name is Catherine Mwangi. We're here at the Tamarind listening to Grace Miner's story. She reached out to me on Twitter and here she is. And I'm always telling you guys, if you have a good story to share and you want people to know what your story is, our DMs are always open, either on KTN Home or on my pages or on the producers' pages. That's Charity. I will be giving you her Twitter handles later because they're a bit complicated. So Grace.
Yes.
I told you, by the way, you know, you look like Charity, our producer.
Oh,
you look like her baby sister. So if you're her sister, and then you see, because you're Grace Minor, the W is for?
Wanjiru.
She's Charity Wanjiru Minor, Sina.
Hey.
Hey. And her mother's name is Grace. Hey. So this was a conspiracy. It is fine. We are interviewing a producer's relative. But anyway, so Mama's passed on, you've buried her.
Yeah.
Dad stopped caring about fees and his daughters. And your siblings have now had to move with Shosho. So from Nyandarua to Nyeri, what happens to them while there? Paka umepiga makofi.
Life. At times, it's good you portray your true colors before things get to where you portray them and people think, what? Is it you? What happened? So, a lot happened to us that time, the whole of that time, until myself joining campus.
Okay, so...
Because now I repeated Form 4
yeah.
at Mihango Secondary, Utawala.
Okay.
I scored the best there, and now I was viable to join campus.
Utawala here in Nairobi?
Yeah.
Okay.
So there I was living with my auntie, my mom's sister.
Okay, your mom's sister?
Yes.
Okay.
It is not a good story.
What little can you tell us about it?
What little I would say about it is, don't take advantage of these kids who are left by their parents. And you do things simply because there is no one who this child will tell, Mom, fulani ananiambianisha hivi. Mom, fulani ananifanyia hivi. Just because these kids have no refuge, don't take advantage. Don't take advantage and, you know, look at them as house girls. And
how are you taken advantage of?
so much happened in there. Some of the communication, at times things are said towards you indirectly. Things are done to hurt you indirectly, and it's not the best thing.
Were you a house girl?
Somehow.
Somehow.
I wouldn't want to talk about
You don't
it.
talk about that experience. Okay. What was happening to your siblings back in Nyeri?
So now they were schooling, they were continuing with school. My second sister was in Form 1. The little one was in class 3.
Right.
And I remember she would ask me, Mama atarudi? Mama nakuja lini? Ambia atakuja Yesu akirudi. Yesu anakaa? Those are the questions. She would ask me so much questions.
Yeah.
And they struggled through there.
Do they have better treatment with Shosho compared to you with Auntie?
I don't find any difference.
Okay.
It's not the best.
Okay. And you do not want to... Okay. Is your grandmother still alive?
Yeah, she is.
And your auntie?
Yeah, there.
Do they have any role they're playing in your life now?
No.
Okay. So at what point did that relationship cut?
So, after Form 4, that January, I did computer studies at her place.
Still sponsored by John?
No.
Uh-huh.
Now, after Mom died, they brought so much. You know, I'm not in school, I'm married, I don't know what, this sponsorship, what is this kind of sponsorship? So my sponsors found it, this family thing, let them deal with it as a family. So the sponsorship was cut, but we still relate.
Okay.
They still help where they can. And they would still have wanted to.
Yes.
But the family...
Too much drama.
Yeah, yeah, sure. Too much drama. But God connects you with destiny connectors. Somewhere you think it's now my end because my sponsors are not there. He starts there now. He starts with you there. So after that, they're just enveloped some communication problems with my auntie. We're having stuffs here and there, and I got out of
Her house.
her house
Okay. Where'd you go?
angrily. I went to another auntie's house.
Okay.
So when I went
Was
to
she a better one?
at that point, she was a better one.
Okay.
So I went there, and now I told her I'm getting a hustle so that I save money to take me to high school, to campus, come September.
Yes.
Now this was April. I got a school. I was a teacher of maths. Romamwe school. I did the best as a teacher of maths, and that was another story.
Okay.
So when staying with this auntie, we arranged some harambe so that I would raise money because now this would not be enough. I'm just getting a small salary,
Yeah.
which is enough for my hair, my
Just the
token,
basics.
you know, yes.
Yeah.
So we arranged the harambe. We got 70,000.
Oh wow. Nice.
But I never used the 70,000. I don't know which loophole it dropped.
Disappear too.
Yes. So I went to school with nothing, campus. I joined campus with nothing. My hair not made, with no briefcase. I had carried my luggage with some few bags. That was my starting point.
Where did you get the fees to pay for the first semester?
Bursary.
Ah.
Yes.
Wow.
I'm so outgoing. So when I saw the situation is becoming worse, I went to the county office. I told them, now this is my situation. This is who I am. I am here for me and for myself. Help me, please, because I'm joining school with nothing. They gave me a bursary of 35,000.
Okay.
Now because I had fees, I had so much confidence, but with nothing. I just went there.
Wow.
So the 70,000 to date, I don't know where that money went to.
Okay.
No one questioned about it. No one did anything about it.
Yeah.
The good family.
Yes.
No one did anything about it.
So that's what's happening on your life. So this again, your story has interesting layers. So your sisters are back still with Shosho.
Yes.
Back home. So the elder one is in now high school or
Yes,
primary?
high school.
High school.
Yes.
And the baby now is in primary. Day school, boarding school?
Day school.
They're
both
day
of them.
schoolers. So they leave school and they have to go do chores and everything.
Absolutely,
needed.
everything. Cook, wash their clothes,
Yeah.
take care of the animals and
Yeah.
here and there.
They're the ones now
Absolutely.
wakuchunga vitu kwa
Kila
nyumba.
kitu.
Okay, how are you keeping in touch? Phones? Calling
Yes,
each other?
phones.
Okay.
How are you doing? I'm fine. At times I would send fees for the little one. You know, the 1,500 shillings
Yeah.
for primary school.
Yeah.
From campus, the campus that I'm not earning,
Yeah.
the campus that I need fees, I would send 1,500 to them because again, the dad is not there for them.
Where would you get the money?
For example, I have help and I have saved a 2,000. So I sacrifice 500, I sacrifice 200. That way.
Wow.
That was the life.
Yeah. And so to the point where, so you're in campus, at least you're studying, you're hustling, you're doing jobs.
Yeah, sure. Here and there.
Yeah.
Anything that can keep me busy and give me money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing.
Online writing.
Ah, yes. So how did you end up now deciding to write the book?
The same year, 2019, September, I've joined school. I got help, so nikajipanga kidogo. I have fees which is in excess, so I have an overpayment. I only need to apply another bursary to add up. That has been life.
So lots of loans.
Yes. I thought of, I started scripting this life, this life. I love reading. So I'd read so many stories and I'm like, My story is even worse than this. Why should I not write mine? So through a friend, I was a secretary of the youth in PCA Utawala. So through a friend, she told me, oh, I had got a college, you know, there are coaches, life coaches who can help you, and especially in your situation where you have so much to think about, you take care of yourself, family issues and all this, it would help you with life skills, how to deal with people, and how to keep moving forward. I told her, oh yeah. So I joined the college. Joining the college was one of the greatest things I
ever did
or I ever got an opportunity to interact with. So I interacted with coaches, Coach Boniface, the director and CEO, founder of the school. He's in Ohio, USA.
Okay.
And through answering my questions, he would tell me, Grace, you have something in you. You always answer questions in a way, something is amiss. And I told him, yeah, I got a story, but I just, you know, express it through how I talk, what I do. And he told me, can you draft it into a book? A book? How? Yeah, draft it, just write it. So 2020 came and Corona is here with us. March, we went home.
Yes.
So I went at Shosho's place.
Where now your sisters are?
Yes.
Okay.
I went there. So home chores kama kawaida, uamke, ukamue, ukatie ng'ombe majani, ufanye nini, you cook. That was the life. But in the evening, nikipumzika, naandika. And because I was passing through so much, I was asking myself, Grace, hii life itaisha? Yani, kuna mahali tu Grace utajifeel uko tu sawa. You know, you're not struggling with anything. Kuna mahali these family things will end. Ziishe tu, and you're there, Grace, you're comfortable. Because it had reached me here. Sikuwa nataka kuzisikia kabisa. I started drafting. And one of my best way of relieving myself is writing. So nikaanza kuandika. Some of the things in this book, huwa nasoma sahi najiuliza, niliandika mpaka hii, niliandika sangapi? Because of the state of my mind that time. I wrote and wrote for 7 months. March, April, May, June, July, I sent the manuscript. That's where the book came from.
Wow.
I was surprised. I had never thought of being an author, but that was me.
Where can guys find it to read this story?
It's all over. The Kenya National Library, it's in the archives in few bookshops in Nairobi.
Okay.
You can also find it with me.
How can they find it with
through
you?
Twitter handles.
What is your Twitter handle?
My Twitter handle is G1099. You can also WhatsApp me. You can also Facebook me.
What are your Facebook?
My Facebook is Grace Wanjiku. Wanjiku is my mom. So I found myself
using her name.
Yes.
Okay.
Grace Wanjiku. My TikTok, unaweza nipata TikTok pia. G1099.
Utakosaje TikTok? G1099.
Yes, G1099 all over.
Okay.
Yes.
If they need this book.
Yeah, sure.
So you wrote this?
Yes, I wrote this
during COVID.
Yes. During COVID.
Yes.
And I launched it at Machakos University. Yes, last year, June.
Nice.
It was a very colorful event.
Oh.
And I thank the school and the management for everything.
Yeah.
And those people who have taken me through, you know, with support. I don't know where you people came from. It's only from God.
Who are they?
One, John Bugwa, my sponsor. You did the best thing for me. Taking me to school, I gained knowledge. Look at me now. I'm an educated girl, and I'm not stopping. I'll still continue to make you proud.
Speaking of educated girl,
yes.
The choice to be in 3 universities at the same time, because right now you're in 3 institutions.
Yes.
So we know Machakos, so you're studying BA Arts in History and Kiswahili. Then the second one was?
Uzuri Institute. I'm pursuing a diploma in journalism and mass communication.
Journalism and mass comm, okay.
Yes.
And the third?
Yes, leadership skills in New Vision School of Leadership. Yeah.
Which is where?
It's in Ohio, US.
And you're studying leadership?
Yes, leadership
okay.
skills. Yeah.
Where do you find the time to do all of that?
I got all the time to do that.
Okay.
I feel I got all the time to do that because I'm able to manage everything. I can do the assignments from the university, the college, and the other college.
Yeah.
All of them. And I still write. Nina tamthilia ambayo ninaiandika.
Waambie tamthilia ni nini?
Tamthilia ni kitabu kama Kigogo, Mstahiki Mea, riwaya nayo ni kama Kidagaa Kimemwozea. Hivi punde nitatoa tamthilia yangu.
Si translate tu kwa English mara moja ndio niweze kuuliza swali after that.
Okay. I'm releasing 2 books at a go. Maybe this year, mid this year. I got 2 books and they are so sweet. Some people have tasted them and they are waiting for it.
Okay.
Yeah. And it just came through from the unspoken. Now I'm transforming to the next Chimamanda Adichie in Kenya.
Amen to that.
Yes.
And why not?
Yeah. And that's it.
Yeah.
So I would appreciate Boniface Gitao, the CEO and founder of New Vision School of Leadership in Ohio, US. Thank you so much for this. I wouldn't have been an author were it not for you. I wouldn't have been known to have a story that can inspire someone were it not for you. I also appreciate the Chief Principal, Loreto Rimuru, Madam Eunice Jenga. Thank you so much for your support. You've been a mom all this time. Since we met, you've been a mentor. You've been someone I look forward to look like in the near future. I look forward to be a lady like you. And so many friends who have supported me. I got Wilson Gadogo, I got Kennedy Gadogo, everyone who have come along for me, for me and my family. And my sisters have always believed in me because of you people who have been behind me, not knowing that it is you who have been my pillars of support and strength. And
now you're taking care of your sisters?
And now I'm able to take care of my sisters. Jacqueline Wanjiru is our youngest sister. She is in Vineyard Girls, Naivasha, Form 1. And Gladys Nyambura, she's working at the airport, JKIA. Hello, girl.
So are you working? How are you supporting them?
Okay, right now I'm hustling.
Okay. What are some of your hustles?
Some of my hustles, I teach.
Oh.
I'm a teacher, I'm a good teacher.
Where?
In schools, I do coaching tutorials to children. Okay. To children, maybe pre-primary, primary school, and high school. Okay. Most of which are high school students. I teach them. Like when they are at home, I have a few of them. I coach them. I see. Yes, that's an income generating plan. Okay. And I also got I got a few businesses here and there that I'm into that give me money. I see. Yes, I should be able to portray the leader I want to be, the lady I want to be, that person who I want to be, the lady of substance I want to be. I should practice it now. So I practice being into so many things at the same time, managing here and there, and being someone who is productive. So for families who say their siblings or young people watching you who are currently going through what you went through for all those years, what would you encourage them? What would you tell them? I would say one thing about family and how you carry these children who you think won't grow one day to be good people, to be better people than you are at your positions. Always know that God is watching. More to that, always be that person you would want to see in a mirror. I don't know whether you people go to a mirror and ask yourself, Grace, is this who you want to be? Be someone who you would admire. If you are taken out of yourself and put in front of a stage to talk, to treat people, to do things, how would you want to see yourself? Now, if you wouldn't want to see yourself as a bad person, you know that the character, the characters you would want to interact with, you would want to be. Be them. Don't tell people, don't portray what you are not. Portray what you are. I see. And a virtuous lady, as a virtuous lady, always be confident. However much, let not the background define you.
Yeah.
Define yourself. Let not people define you. I'm sure some of the people we've met and they have taken advantage of me to some point in life are so much surprised to see me.
Yeah.
Some of them are so ashamed of themselves
Yeah.
to see me do great things, to see me proceed with school.
Yeah.
Those who said I wouldn't go to school,
Yeah.
God has done it for me.
Are you in touch with any members of your family?
Yeah, we are in touch with a few of them.
Mm-hmm. Just a few.
Just a few of them.
Okay. But you're good.
I'm good. I'm good to go.
Okay. And where are you going? Where is you going? Where is your destination?
I want to see myself a pillar.
Okay.
I want to die satisfied.
Okay.
I want to die satisfied. I want to reach to a point where I have done my best. That is who I want to be.
Okay.
Grace, you have done your best. I have fully exhausted my purpose in this world. And I don't want to be the reason as to why someone is not somewhere. I want to be the reason as to why someone is somewhere smiling. I want to be the reason behind people's smile. You see these beautiful smiles, we got so many swords behind us.
Yeah.
But there are those people who have always maintained a smile on our face through how they treat us and how they talk to us. Be compassionate. It doesn't cost you anything. It may cost you resources, money, time, but it pays, it rewards more than what you think it costs you. Just
That's
be
true.
compassionate.
Yeah.
Be cool. This world we are living, but we are living and we will live. Tunaishi lakini tutaishia.
Haya, kama sasa ni lazima sisi tuishie. Kipindi imeisha.
Kipindi kikiisha tutaishia.
Exactly.
So who are you when you are living? Live like you are living. Uishi kama unaishia. Utaishia. What will remain behind you?
You have a very inspiring story, and thank you for sharing it. And I celebrate you and for just your grit and resilience. And now you're taking care of your family, because kuna wale, when things become better for them, they just totally go, and they forget.
Completely.
And you can also understand that because hawataki your trauma tena, they won't forget and start new lives. Or for you, you're taking care of your sisters because unataka kuwainua.
Sure.
So thanks for coming today, and keep being the fire woman that you are.
Absolutely.
And I wish you the best in your journey.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you so
And
much.
thank you for watching What's Your Story today. That was Grace Miner's story. See, she triumphed over the tragedy and the trauma of her childhood, and I believe so can you, if you put your heart to it, or if you really just want the tide to turn in your favor. The show goes up on YouTube right after this, and on Tuesday night the repeat is on at 10 p.m. Until next week, stay safe. God bless you.
Karibuni Tamarind Tree Hotel. Tamarind is the name known for food in Kenya. We are known for food over the last 50 years. Our business has been really food and drinks. We perfected it. When you come to the hotel, we have an a la carte menu and we have buffet menus. Our a la carte menu is one of the best menus you'll find. Here you'll find the likes of delicacies like ostrich meat, you'll find crocodile meat, you'll find tilapia, whole tilapia, you'll still find chicken for the local Kenyan, you will find everything for everyone. You'll find seafood, prawns piri piri, known to be one of our delicacies in Tamarind. Lobster is one of our best dishes. Please, when you are here, look at our a la carte menu and you will have a lot to choose from. Karibuni Tamarind.